Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Michelle. It's good to see you. Awesome. Yay. Okay, everybody can hear us. This is so good. I'm so happy. So, today my special guest is Brenda and she is a fantastic pianist composer. She grew up a little bit in Michigan. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I grew up in Detroit actually, and grew up listening to a lot of Motown, believe it or not. That was sort of my first introduction to music. And but then I started studying classical music there at the Detroit Conservatory of Music, and I did that up until I went to college almost. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then you've won an award for a musical that you wrote. Tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
that.
When I was at San Francisco State, I wrote a musical for my senior thesis. So what they said is just write a scene, and that's all you need to do. Like a 20-minute scene. You don't have to write the whole, 1.5 hour musical. So I wrote a musical for my senior thesis. It was between writing about Claude Debussy or writing a musical, and I chose to do the musical. And so after college, I took it out into the streets of San Francisco and ended up having it run there for over a year, and it was a big hit in the city. It was a really great experience because it was the first time I wrote that many, songs, because I wrote like 18 songs for the show.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I bet that was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun because it was funny and the actors were great and we had a wonderful time doing it. So one of the best memories of my life, actually.
That is so cool. And then you won a cable award for that?
Yeah, well, I was nominated and we didn't win. I think there were four other musicals nominated, but I was nominated and it was a big honor because I was like, a college student
Oh,
and
yeah.
my first, you know, musical ever. So, it was quite exciting.
That
And
is
we
super
almost
cool.
got it to off Broadway. I had several chances and opportunities, but then it fell through at the end. But I almost got there. Close call.
That is great. That sounds like so much fun. And now you've released a few albums, right?
Yeah, this is my third one.
It's your third
And
album, and you
yeah,
got to work with Will Ackerman.
I did.
Awesome.
Yeah,
When did you record? Did you record in the winter or spring or summer?
spring,
Awesome. Ah, I love it. I love it there in the springtime.
the spring.
Yeah,
And it worked out. I went there a couple times to
that's
do it.
awesome.
Actually started it, a few years ago, back in 2015. So I didn't finish it till 17 and then just released it, the beginning of the year, not April, actually.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
excellent.
Uh-huh.
Nice. How did you like
Yeah.
working with him?
I loved it.
Isn't he great?
He's just such a wonderful artist, producer, person. I think it was a real special experience that I'll treasure forever. It was one of those,
Yeah, yeah.
recording there. Yeah, I
Yeah,
loved it. I did.
that's great.
Hmm.
And so this album is called "Beautiful Journey,"
Hmm.
and we're gonna play the first track. Well,
Oh,
it's not
great.
the first track, but it's called "Blue Sky Day," and I love this because whenever I go walking and I hear this song, if I have it playing on iTunes on my iPhone,
Right.
I love it. When it comes up, it really lifts you up. And so here you guys, here you go. I'm gonna
Thank you.
That was awesome. That was very beautiful. What's the tell me a little bit about the song.
You know, what inspired that piece was Vermont. I was, the first time I went there, when I left, I came home and wrote that piece. So that was one of the last pieces I wrote for the album because I just loved being in Vermont. I thought it was so beautiful. It was the first time I was there. So I wanted to capture the feeling of the beauty of Vermont and the experience of being there. So that's Blue Sky Day. Originally, my working title was Vermont.
Yeah.
I just changed it to Blue Sky Day.
I really like the name. It really definitely describes what it literally is like walking around, the area. I'm going back there in October just to visit.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's the place, the
Right.
space that you record in, and the piano is really great, and they make you feel at home. Right?
Yes.
Did you feel that?
Absolutely.
That is
So much. Yeah,
nice.
I did. Yeah, it was really fun. And yeah, I'm glad I captured that feeling, in that song. So,
You did.
yeah, it's a happy feeling.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of joy. So,
Nice. Michelle, she's saying that it was lovely and she liked it. And then, hey Richard, welcome to the show. Hey Tom. Hey Bob. Hello, Cosb. I'm not sure if I pronounced. Yeah, I can really talk. So that's just
it's
me.
the heat.
Yeah.
Just talk funny.
Yeah. Hey Raymond. Hey Francisco. It's good to see you all here today. We have Brenda Warren here, she's from California too. It's indoor day for us because of the smoke of the fires. And
Right.
she has released an album that she recorded with Will Ackerman at his studio in Vermont. And Tom, is Tom a producer?
No, but he certainly, did, everything. I mean, he was mixed and mastered and was there through the entire recording. So
Yeah.
I guess, yeah,
Cool. Nice.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
He's wonderful to work with.
He is. He is so great. So tell me a little bit more about your musical journey to get to this point.
Well, it's always been about the piano for me, ever since I was a little girl.
Right.
Just, I ended up, after the musical, doing a solo piano album called Childhood Dreams. After I moved to LA, I actually got a record deal at that time to do that. And it was on a label called Priority Records. And so I released that album way back in 1989 and kind of was around, it was coming out in 89 and 90. And I always wanted to do a solo piano album, and that's the first one I did.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, there weren't many solo pianists around, really. I think George Winston might have been one of the few, and maybe a few others.
Nice.
But yeah, so it was a good experience to release that album. And then many years later, I did another one called As Years Go By, which I released in 2004. And I haven't done another solo piano album since then. So this was kind of getting back into it, wanting to really just sit down and compose at the piano, for the piano.
That's so great. What kind of piano
Yeah.
do you play on at home?
I have a Baldwin
Do you?
that I actually like my Baldwin upright that I got in college because I've written everything that I've ever written on there. So I keep that. And I like to compose most on that. It has a lot of emotional, feeling to it for me. So
I get that. Yeah, my parents had this upright spinet that I worked on and composed my first pieces at 14, and then they sold it this past
Oh,
year.
I
That's
know.
sad.
I know when my parents sold my childhood piano, I was very upset.
Yeah.
Totally, yes. It's really
But
sad.
yeah, and now, my mom is by herself because my dad passed away in
Hmm.
February, and but
So,
she's fine with it, and but
hmm.
it brings back so many fun memories of playing. One time I was sitting on the piano bench and I was actually turned the other way and playing backwards. I was,
Oh,
I was laying back like this, and I was being very goofy. And
yeah,
my mom came in and she's like, "What is wrong with you?"
right. I used to do stuff like that.
Did you
That's
really?
funny. Yeah, I did. In fact, they used to play Stump Brenda. My family would like try to do different things, put like cloth over the keys, and I'd still play, little games to see if I could, do this or that. Because I played a lot by ear too when I was a kid.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah,
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
one sister, one brother.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Go ahead and play another piece. It's called Forgiveness. This is an amazing piece, and I'll tell you why after we play the song. Here we go. Oh, that was beautiful. Tell us about that song.
Forgiveness, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's really about forgiving yourself. It's all about, the whole album is about healing and moving forward from, you know, whatever difficulty, challenges that you are facing in your life. You know, for me, it was my mother dying, um, having a concussion I didn't know I'd heal from, all this happening within 1 year. There was one thing after another. You know, I don't know if we all have years or times in our lives that are just almost too much to bear,
Mm.
right? And so the whole album really is about that. It's about coming through that, you know, and accepting that, hey, life is a gift. It's precious, right?
Yeah.
Just to be alive. And we've got to keep going. And forgiveness is part of it, because if you don't forgive, I'm getting Amber Alerts. I don't know if you, do you hear this? It's on my phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for fires, for evacuation.
Oh my. Yeah.
Not here,
Nope.
but here in California. So that's what it's about. So forgiveness is all part of the healing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you need to forgive yourself, and you need to forgive others. So I want to just put that down, in the song. So
That is so good. That's true because we're hardest on ourselves.
yeah,
Um, and then my dad and I did not get along. It was, he thought we had a perfect relationship. Well, I didn't think so. He and I really had some problems, and about a year and a half ago, I was able to visit him in southern Utah, and I was able to tell him about what I was feeling, and then the whole healing process from that. When I had to transport them from Las Vegas to Pocatello
hmm,
because they sold their house and they moved because my dad needed to be in assisted living, and it was very tough, but at the same time, it needed to happen. I needed to forgive him, and that song just writes so well. It expresses the emotions, the feelings about forgiveness, and I really love that. That is so cool. We're gonna
that's.
go ahead.
I'm really glad that you are describing it that way, that you connected to it that way, because it's exactly what it is. Exactly what you're saying.
You are a fantastic writer. You have a really good way around the piano, and I love that. I love
Thank,
that.
thank you.
You're welcome. And we're gonna go ahead and play another song called "Passing Through." Oh, that was so beautiful. I love it's Noah Wilding that's singing there, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yes.
Yeah, she
And
has a
she did a beautiful, beautiful job. It's really lovely. And Premick Russell Tubbs.
yes, Primick,
Yep.
Russell Tubbs. Yeah, he's definitely got that flute down. Correct. It's just wow.
Yeah. 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 It was. Yeah, that song was a project in itself. You know.
Did you write the flute part for him, or
No, I
did he?
didn't.
Oh, he
No,
did that.
he did that on. Yeah, that's all him.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
That
is.
whole. Yeah. Yeah. I really. A lot of it is Will's vision. This particular song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm,
I love that. Um, hey, so I wanted to thank you for coming. I'm really glad it worked out this time.
yes. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm really glad. Yeah, this is our third try because, right? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. So
yeah.
it's all good. And
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming and sharing your music. I look forward to more from you.
Thank you, Kori, so much. And to everybody who's listening.
And thank you guys for coming. Um,
Mhm.
I hope that you come back. Thank you, Jane, for helping out today. Jane's been helping me today. So, you guys take care and talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.